Sets us up for Dylan, who's in for Al this morning. Lots to watch there.
There certainly is. 6.5 inches of rain fell near Chattanooga, Tennessee yesterday. And, of course, it takes a while for those rivers to go back down below those flood levels. Right now, we have our heaviest rain falling across south central North Carolina, also parts of central South Carolina, even down into Georgia. We have some of that heavier rain, too. But we are looking at most of our flooding rain today through Virginia and into northeastern North Carolina, where we are expecting those thunderstorms to fire up later on today. It's hot. It's humid. The air holds a lot of moisture, which is why we'll see those heavier downpours. As for the heat, we have scattered heat advisories, some back through the northern plains, some down south, and also some into the southeast, too, where it's going to feel like it's well over 100 degrees. The jet stream is well up north. That's why most of the country is seeing those above average temperatures today. Las Vegas, 107. Memphis, 93. It'll feel like 101. Jacksonville will feel like 109 today. Exceptional heat. St. Louis, 98 degrees is what it's going to feel like tomorrow. Omaha, Nebraska is going to feel like 106. Now, the water temperature out in the Atlantic right now is running around 85, 86 degrees. That's about 2 to 3 degrees above average. So Tropical Storm Erin, as it continues to move through the Atlantic, it is expected to become a hurricane tomorrow, possibly a major hurricane, a Category 3 storm by the time we go through this weekend. The good news, though, it looks like it is going to steer around Bermuda, and it's really just the rip currents that will be the biggest threat for the U.S.
All right, Dylan, we'll come back to and talk about those rip currents specifically in just a few moments. Meanwhile, in for Al, lots happening on that map.
I mean, it is a busy map. It's been that way most of the summer, really. We have an isolated chance of severe storms across the northern plains. Also back through the mid-Atlantic, we've got that flood risk, very humid along the Gulf Coast, and even a fire threat in the southwest with some dry thunderstorms expected. That's look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds. And that's your latest forecast.
All right. And Dylan, you just mentioned this a few moments ago. Powerful rip currents.
A real concern.
It's a concern. It doesn't always just pull you out. It can pull you under, too. So it's disorienting, and it's hard to swim parallel to the shore, which is what you're supposed to do to get out of it. But we do have dangerous surf and dangerous rip currents in the forecast up and down the East Coast because of Tropical Storm Erin. It's not going to get close enough to hit us with a hurricane, but it is going to get close enough to create dangerous rip currents along the coast of Florida through Georgia and the Carolinas early into next week, and then eventually midweek by the time we look up into Cape Hatteras, into Atlantic City, Nantucket, even up into New England. So the weather looks great, but with the rip currents, it's very, very dangerous if you are at the beaches. So here it is, Tropical Storm Erin right now, wind still at 50 miles per hour. It's running into some very warm water. There's your fuel to make the storm stronger, and it is expected to become a Category 3 hurricane through the weekend into early next week. Now, there's a big area of high pressure here, which should be enough to steer this up in between Bermuda and the East Coast. But for right now, it's just worth watching because it is such a big storm that we could see some of the outer bands producing some rain. So that's what we'll watch in the meantime, though. We do have some flooding risks down through the Carolinas eventually this afternoon up into Virginia and North Carolina, some isolated severe storms across the northern plains, and also a fire threat out in the southwest. That's look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
All right. Wow, you're pulling double duty.
I know.
Double duty for Double D.
Double duty. I like that. Yeah, nice.
All Dunkin' Donuts
time, which is why he didn't do it.
But is he saying that he was offered the role that Mark Wahlberg would have gotten?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Yes.
I can't imagine. I'm with him, though. I can't imagine anyone else in that role besides Marky Mark.
But it's like one of those things you look back on. But Titanic worked out just fine.
Exactly. The road not traveled.
Yes.
So it worked out pretty well for both of them.
Thank you.
And Johnny Depp as well.
Exactly. Just ahead, we got a good morning boost that will prove even baby hippos know when mom means business. Right after this.
Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. We've got a risk of fire danger out west, and mostly because we are expecting thunderstorms without the rain. So you have these dry thunderstorms, and they could literally spark these fires into development. So that's why we do have red flag warnings all across parts of Idaho, into Wyoming, into Utah, down into Colorado, too. And again, because of those thunderstorms that could lead to some fires beginning to develop. It's also really hot. It's dry. Temperatures in the 90s to 100s, over 100 for folks down across the southern plains into the Midwest. We're going to see the heat build over the next several days. In the Northeast, too, it's going to be a humid one before it gets more comfortable going into tomorrow. But that fire threat out west, also very humid with more threats of thunderstorms producing a flood risk down through, especially this afternoon into Virginia and North Carolina. That's look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
Best time of the morning. Do you need to take a breath or anything? Are you ready to just...
I'm good. I only walked from right over there.
I know.
You're the ones who are out of breath.
True. That's true.
I love it, though.
And a little sweaty, too.
Little pop star. Yeah, I am a little bit.
Okay. First up in pop star, Sinead O'Connor. Cue the music and all the 90s feels out for that one. Next up, Charlie Sheen. The actor is opening up about his personal struggles in a new lot from a documentary on Charlie Sheen.
I mean, that was a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment.
Sort of that breakdown, so it'd be interesting to...
Yeah.
Looks like he's recovered.
The documentary, it's called AKA Charlie Sheen. It hits Netflix on September 10th. Next up, Timothée Chalamet, from a music icon to a sports icon. We are getting
People
everything.
excited about ping pong.
I know.
Seriously.
You're a big ping pong player.
Well,
right?
in our house, yeah. My 8.5-year-old is a great... He believes he'll be in the Olympics one day for ping pong.
Does he beat you? Does Charlie beat you?
Every time.
Wow.
He's really good. I know.
I love it.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme hits theaters on Christmas Day. Finally, Backstreet Boys. The band just added more dates to their largest residency yet.
Been to the Sphere yet?
No.
I have not.
Oh, it's fun. For Mike's birthday, I guess last year, we went to U2 at the Sphere.
I've seen pictures of it, but
it's
that's
incredible. I'd watch anything there. It's really, really cool.
All right. Speaking of really, really cool, the one, the only, Bob.
For the real thing.
Made you want to clap your hands, didn't
It did. It certainly did. Then coming up on the third hour, our buddy George Oliphant is here to show us the projects.
All right, but first, Dylan, check the weather.
I know, if you could just do it for us, that would be even better, yes. It does feel like summer for so many places across the country, and it's going to continue to heat up, especially back through the plains. By Friday, we're looking at hot and humid temperatures. It's going to feel like it's well over 100 degrees. Rainy in the Pacific Northwest on Friday, but a beautiful day in the Northeast, and mostly sunny on Saturday, too. Temperatures in the mid-80s, humidity just creeping up a bit. Hot and humid back through the Midwest, and a flood risk in the Southwest, too. Also in the Southeast, where it's been raining for quite some time now. And then we'll finish off the weekend with that heat building back into the Mid-Atlantic, into New England, too. Storms all across Florida. It's also going to feel like it's over 100 degrees back through the plains in the Southwest. It's hot and dry. And then the West Coast looks good in the 70s and 80s. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast, Craig.
All right, Dylan, thank you.
Today marks 90 years since the signing of the Social Security Act. Never actually said it out loud. And all these decades later, 69 million Americans rely on those checks, and that number is only going up. So we called on CNBC's senior personal finance correspondent, Sharon Epperson, to answer some of the big questions about Social Security.
Social Security.
It's very hard to say now that I realize it. So good morning. Social Security, I know it can be complicated. I know I pay into it. I don't actually know what it is. So break it down for us.
Well, it's guaranteed income. It is an income stream financial protection for people who are retired, for their survivors, and for disabled Americans. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't understand, well, how is it funded? It's funded by you, by payroll taxes that you've put into it. And you're able to get these benefits for your lifetime after you start claiming them in retirement. The thing that people need to know is when to claim them, and what that is your full retirement age. It's not the same as Medicare, and it may differ depending on what year you were born. So for most people, it's between the ages of 66 and 67. You could take your retirement benefits early as well, as early as age 62, and as late as age 70 to get the maximum benefit. The other thing to keep in mind is this is guaranteed money, but it does increase over time based on the cost of living. So that cost of living increase this year is 2.5%. It should go up next year.
The COLA.
The COLA, exactly.
And this year, there are some big changes. Can you walk us through those?
So some of the big changes are the fact that there are no longer going to be paper checks for your retirement checks.
Direct deposit.
Direct deposit. You've got to enroll in that. Go to the Social Security website if you're not already enrolled there. And make sure that you know if you're turning 65 this year, you were born in 1960, that does not mean you're at the full retirement age. You can't collect Social Security yet, at least not the full benefit. You have to wait till 67. So this is the time to figure out, does it make sense to take it now or take it later? There are calculators on the Social Security Administration website that you can go to. My favorite is going to the one that's My Social Security account, because you get your earnings and you get to get an estimate of what it will look like 62 all the way to 70, what your monthly benefit will be.
I remember a couple years ago I had these conversations with my parents when they were starting to make their claims for folks who are watching a listing right now, and they're about to maybe start making their Social Security claims, what are some of the things they should consider, Cher?
The most important thing is the timing. I mean, you need to figure out how much money you're going to need and what your cash needs are. And that timing is very important because it could depend on if you're getting a $200 monthly check at 67, your full retirement age, but you're like, no, I want to get it early at 62. It could be reduced by 30%. We're talking about $1,400 instead. But if you wait till 70, it could be $2,480, nearly $2,500. So that's a big difference. It depends on your cash needs. It depends on your family circumstances, if you're married or divorced, your health situation, and also what other income streams you have.
I feel like we've heard for a long time now that Social Security one day, I cannot say that word, Social Security one day will run out. Is that going to happen? And what do younger folks do when they hear that?
A lot of folks are concerned about that, not just younger people, but the Social Security Board of Trustees is the body that kind of determines how long it's going to last. And now they're saying combined benefits could run out by 2034, and retirement benefits will be reduced to about 77% of what they are now by about 2033. That does not mean they're going away. That is something that people are mistaken about. That does not mean they're going to go away by half. It's only about a 23% reduction right now is what they're anticipating. To maximize your benefits, you got to be prepared. So know what your full retirement age is so that you can get that full benefit. Understand what the differences are if you take it early or if you wait by getting those different estimates. And then figure out how you're going to coordinate your benefits with other resources that you have, your retirement funds mainly. So now's the time to maximize those retirement funds, to put the most money that you can into your 401k, to know that if you're 50 or older, you can put in even more money. And this year, 60, 61, 62, 63, you can put in even more money into your 401k. The IRA, the same thing. If you're over 50, you can put in a catch-up contribution to put more money in there. Maximizing that is really important.
Sure. Really quickly, is there a correlation between how much you pay into FICA over the course of your career and how much you get back?
Yes, it does. It is absolutely based on your earnings over time. So that's a key reason why you want to go to the Social Security website. Make sure they have your earnings right, because people are working so many different jobs these days in the same year, in the same month. You want to make sure that they have your earnings correct.
Excellent.
Very helpful.
Sure.
Sharon, thank you so much. For more of Sharon's retirement savings tips. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
My pleasure.
Coming up tomorrow in the third hour of Today, music star Conan Gray performs on our plaza.
And coming up on Jenna and Friends, Kid Cudi.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.